Hi guys, today is June 26, 2019 at 37 minutes past 7 over here in the UK, and I just wanted to bring you guys my half an interpretation of what I think is the Morse code in this tap dancing here. I know that some other people may have uh, deciphered or tried to decipher this Morse code and may have come up with a message. I can't speak as to whether those messages are correct because at the end of the day, none of us are professionals in Morse code tap dancing, but we do the best we can. So I've slowed this down to 0.5 because I feel that is the best speed to get the rhythm of the Morse code. And within the rhythm, there's slight differences in pitch, which is differentiating between the dits and the dars, which make up the Morse code system. So I'm just gonna play it very quickly. Okay, so I'm not gonna play the full thing. I'm just gonna rewind because I'm gonna lower the volume so that I can speak over it. Actually, not lower it that way. Let's lower it through YouTube. Not too much. We still need to hear it. So I'm just gonna see if I can wrap out this pattern of dit dar dits as it's going, so that you guys understand what I've tried to do, and then when I give you the letters that I've deciphered, it may make a bit more sense. So dit dar dit dar dit 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 dar dit 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 dar. Too fast. Okay, so up until the point where I messed up, I was doing quite well. That was the first time I tried it. So what I have is dit 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 in the beginning, and in fact I might just see if I can do that. So dit 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 is what we're listening for first. So those 3 clicks, and then you get another dit dar after that. We might have already started to go into it. That was the end of the dar there. And then it goes dit dar dit very quickly. It's very difficult to do it this way. Let's try again. So dit 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 dar. Just listen for that pattern first. So 3 series and then a 1-2 series. Dit 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 dar. Okay, so you should have been able to hear that. Either way, what I've been doing is listening to it repeatedly, trying to break it down. And the letters that I've managed to get out of it, whether these are the correct letters or not, or whether there are any letters to be deciphered from it or not, remains to be seen. But the 3 dits are the S, the dit dar is an A, the dit dar dit is an R. Again, we have a 3 series of dits, which again brings us to S. A dit dar, again for an A. A dit dit dar after that for a U. And that's kind of where I start to lose the ability to hear the difference between the pitches in the noises that are being made, because they start kind of blending together. And that's at the point I'm not sure whether, you know, it's purposefully done that way, or if, you know, you just need to be a professional to be able to decipher that part of the message. But either way, I've got S, A, R, S, A, and U. Those letters that I'm pretty confident are the ones that I can hear in this Morse code. And the first 4 letters, S, A, R, S, spell the word Sars. Now, Sars hasn't been in the news recently, and there hasn't been like a huge outbreak of it since 2003. So I'm not particularly sure that's what it belongs to. The last remaining letters are AU that I can decipher, and AU might belong to Australia, for example, but then it could all be an amalgamation because you've got USA in there with those letters. So it's possible that there is more that gives us a little bit more information, but from what I can gather, the first 4 letters are SARS, and that may relate to this virus. It's a respiratory virus. It has similar symptoms to the flu, so kind of like coughing, fever, all that kind of stuff. Let's see if I can get a little bit of information here. It's thought to be an animal virus. Can be spread through animal-human contact. Obviously, it's a potential virus that could be weaponized, made airborne, and because it mimics the flu, it's pretty difficult for doctors to diagnose it straight away. It's often misdiagnosed. That's what they say here. So symptoms are influenza-like and include fever, myalgia, headache, diarrhea, and shivering. No individual symptom or cluster of symptoms has proved to be specific for a diagnosis of SARS. Although fever is the most frequently reported symptom, it is sometimes absent on initial measurement, especially in elderly and immunosuppressed patients. So absent on initial measurement would be initial diagnosis. The cough would be initially dry, shortness of breath and diarrhea are present in the first and or second week of illness. Severe cases often involve rapidly progressing into respiratory distress and requiring intensive care. Now that's the disease as we know it, but obviously if this message is any part correct and SARS has anything to do with what is coming up involving the iPad Go 2 video, then it could be a weaponized form, and obviously that would most likely have faster effects, faster and more severe effects. Obviously I don't want to scare anybody because that's not what I want to do, but obviously we do know that the ability to weaponize viruses is out there, and scientists do it in laboratories that are supposed to be, classified and well protected, but somehow these diseases and viruses make it into the open accidentally. Obviously there's Ebola as well, that's kind of made a re-emergence at the same time. Obviously I don't have any letters deciphered from that tapping associated with Ebola, but no one's looking at SARS at the moment, so it's possible that could make a comeback in this year. I hope it doesn't, especially not in a weaponized form. But either way, you guys be on the lookout and have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and may the Heavenly Father bless you.